few vacant chairs at the front,
Yes.
and we would like to make the speakers feel a little bit less isolated.
Yes, and now that you've all made yourselves comfortable at the back, if anyone would like to move to the front, it might be more
Hospitable.
Please stand for the Dharma teachers.
Hello, good morning.
Please stand for the Dharma teachers. Rotation together.
Yes, if you like. So they can see you a little bit higher. And I'll sit here so you won't be lonely.
I need to just mic
Like
the
this.
camera up. Okay. Where would you like me to be pinned? Wow. Oh yeah, some proper technology.
Welcome everybody. And we'll say a few words to welcome Khenpo Namgyal, who's a very good friend of our Sangha and the Monastic. This Lama is Lama Punsok, who came and consecrated our sutra and helped us with the whole procedure of looking it up. And Khenpo Namgyal also helped from afar. He's on the end of the phone. Whenever we had difficulties, what should we do now? What do we need next? But he would send very clear instructions, and he managed to find the central pillar for the stupa for us from Yolngu, and provided us with loads of very, very special relics that he'd collected over the course of his life. So that was very wonderful. That was a very wonderful connection. And then he came. He wasn't here for consecration, but he came the following year, and then again this year, and has created a very strong and good connection with this place. He's been doing pilgrimages We went to party yesterday. It was fun. So he's a very interesting person in his own right. He's a very important Dharma in his own in the monastery, Lama Princess Monastery. He's in charge of the whole study program for the young monks. He's got 200 monks there, and he's looking after everybody. He's also looking after the Dharma students worldwide, because when he was young, it was difficult for him to get hold of texts. They used to have these very difficult to copy them all and provide all the students with text. So he's made it his mission in life to Dharma download. He has a website called Dharma Download, where he makes text, as many texts as possible, available for people to simply download free, which is amazing, isn't it? And so he's editing these texts. He's collecting them there, editing them and putting them up so that they're available for people. So he's been already very useful to me on a number of occasions when I've wanted a text. And I said, oh, Khenpo, it's the text something like this, and I think it's, I want it. And then you'll find me it. It's wonderful. Wonderful. So he's doing that for all of us. And he's doing a lot of work also for His Holiness, the 17th Congress, working on text for him. So he's an important figure. Also, he's starting his own monastery in Bhutan when they let him have the proper deeds for the land. There's some problem at the moment holding him up. But, and he travels around teaching Dharma worldwide. We're very, very lucky to have him here. And the topic we asked him to talk about was Tonglen, and Lojong teachings about love and compassion, which he's very happy to give us. But we also requested him to tell us more about his life, and he's also agreed to talk about that. And I don't know which order he's going to do it. I think he's going to play it by ear. So with some encouragement, I think we can draw him out from more stories about his life. He left home when he was very young. He was a young boy, I think 12 years old, decided he was going to be a monk, and left home and wandered off. Eventually he ended up in Nepal and found Lama Punsok. So I think it'd be lovely to hear more details about how that happened, and then how Lama Punsok gradually found himself building a school and a monastery, and it ended up, I think Khenpo is one of the first generation to be brought up by Lama Punsok, and now he's in charge of bringing up the ones after him. So it's a really wonderful story about how that whole monastery was formed out of nothing. When Lama Punsok was here, he described how when he was studying, he had to make ink from the soot from the exhaust of cars, and then write on one piece of paper every which way until it was completely filled with many other difficulties. So it's a story of coming from a very difficult situation and now trying to provide a better situation for those who follow it. Very inspiring. Okay, over to you, Khenpo.
Good morning. Nearly, she has told my story. I don't think that I have to say something more. Actually, they put me on the rank of the statues. Maybe I just stay like statues.
It's more comfortable looking at you like this.
I will say something. Quand je suis rendu là, le ménage dans la jeune quand on dit on passe le sang ne le non quand je n'ai pas le je pas quand il m'a dit dans je t'avais dans les voyages tous les soins je pas dans le même Dieu on peut dans je ne sais tu je la je sans je Kana choju dongi ji dina de jelo ma ju ba ko so de to ne ju ju ne ba du ba nan de ju ju lo go ne ju ne su ju ba ju dan de ju na ma tu ne go ne ju go ne ju ne ju ne o me ju ju ge go na du so ne go ne mo ya ba de la me jo la jo do ba de la ma ne go don do ju go do again one more good morning. Actually, I'm very happy to come again in this hermitage. This is the second time to be here, and I will love to come again if they invite again. It's very peaceful place, and actually in this place is I didn't come for teaching or something like that, just to take a rest. But today they have make one session, one or two sessions, okay, to talk about something. But I really don't think that I have to teach some Dharma in this center, because she herself is already a great master. Yes.
Your English is usually perfect, but there your English fails.
Because yes, I think she became Buddhist in 1970. 69. So in that case, she became Buddhist before I born. So I can be a teacher. So even though how to say, like in Buddhist, even in the old age, some even themselves they are very good in practice and everything, but to keep trying to listen from others. So I think she is taking that position, but I'm not able to sit like this, and I don't feel well to sit her down in front of me to listen some Dharma from me. But she was telling to me, how to say, tell about my story, own story. So in that case, I feel a little bit good, because she doesn't know what I was. Well, my life is not that interesting story. Everyone has a life story, yeah. Maybe share my story with you all. Actually, I'm from Bhutan, and I born in very small village. I think it's really small village, because only few houses there. We can count how many people living there on the fingers, maybe 2 times in the fingers. All some relatives living around there. And I born in 1974, after she became Buddhist. 5 years ago, yeah. Already 5 years. And I remember that when I was like 7 or 8, all the people are going to make some photo in the village. That means until I born, there was no identity card, citizenship or something like that in Bhutan. So they just made you so. And like in Bhutan is we don't have like a caste or something like that, not that much. Like in the village, my name is Namgyal. Namgyal. So of course, in the passport also they written as a Namgyal. But later, when I travel, then everyone is asking, "What is your last name?" And what is your and what is it your last name Namgyal like that? But I have only one name. And also we I don't have exactly birth date. So like if you count back with Tibetan calendar, like I born in the tiger year. So when you count, then it will become 1974. So then I choose that the 1st of January because easy to remember. So I think that 1st of January, I think that I'm very smart that choose on that day, but it was not. There's many 1st of January. That means many people doesn't know their own birth date. Well, my mother was passed away very young. When I was very young, I don't really remember how she looks like, and so as we are living in very remote area, there's no any photo. Of course, there's no digital camera. I think digital camera is not that long. I think not more than 12 years, something like that. Before when we make a photo, we have to really hold our air. And many people asking to me that why you become a monk. And yesterday answer one little girl is asking that why you a monk? Why you become a monk? Why you are monk? Yes, but of course I cannot answer exactly suddenly like that. Precisely. For me is like of course in Bhutan I don't know more about in Tibet because I have never been. And also I know that some monks forced by their family to go to become to go to a monastery to become a monk. But for me, is I like to be a monk. There's no any more reason actually. It's not like all of you that becoming a Buddhist to know something more or to practice something. For me, it's not like that. I simply just want to become a monk. I think during that time I was 7 or 8 because I remember that I go to school, and nearby our village there is one like a hermitage like this, not a monastery. There is not a monk, but people who have family living and doing a practice. So then I told to my father, asked to my father that maybe I join there since childhood. That father is happy on that way because he can see me, because I have one brother and one sister, and I think I'm his favorite son actually, and he wants me to stay nearby him all the time. That I am thinking always to trying to stay far away from home. It's funny that when I look back, it is really funny. When I can remember that I want to go away from the home. Live far away from home. It is no one told me to go or something like that. But for me, I feel like that. But in that case, these days when I read some expiration prayer or something like that, so I think that maybe in some previous life I've made some aspiration, because some expiration prayer it was said that maybe or how to say, my lifetime to lifetime become a monk like that, like to go away from the home like that. There is some kind of expiration prayer like that. Maybe I cannot say exactly, but kind of I think because it's suddenly coming from the mind, and I like to join in that monastery, like temple, but some of my father's friend who already practicing there is stopping me to go there. No, you shouldn't go there. You must study more because if you go that temple, you will not get chance to study because most of the time we have to do some puja or go other place. Like in Bhutan, is like usually the practitioner can go to other people's house and do some puja whole day and for to their remove the obstacle or to be healthier or something like this. Is many reasons, and we will get some little money from that. So he was saying that no, it's not good. Better stay in school, and I continue school. And in the school also, like we are in Bhutan, as a Bhutan, we have to study English. Main subject is English actually in school, but during that time it's only ABC. I don't remember, but I remember one in this history. We study some European history also, like Alexander the Great or something, pyramids or something like that. Maybe this is some predicts that I have to come here around it. And but I'm not that interested to learn, and at the same time also like Tibetan letters. Tibetan letters and the Bhutan letters similar, but the grammar is different. Grammar is different. So that is we say that this is Dharma test normally, Dharma letter like that, and I am very interested to learn that one, and in the every time I will got the high score from that subject, but other is just pass. And my mathematics teacher, he is I really appreciate now. He's from India. He's from India, and he really teach us good mathematics. And I remember I got many times hit on my head by duster. Then somehow, then he saw me that I'm making a prayer in temple one time, and from that day, then he was saying that you will become a how to say. During that time, his practitioner is saying gomchen like that, and you real gomchen. No, I don't want to eat you. Then he didn't eat me. And after that, I saw one monk going around by. Normally in Buddhist texts, it says that from the monks, if they are really caring after morality, there will be some smell of the morality like that. Do you hear about? Yeah, certain Gidimai. And I like to be like him. And I remember that I follow after him and just walk and smell. Yeah, sleep. But right now it's very smelly. There's no, I cannot smell. Then, then I asked my father that I want to become a monk then, because I want to become like that. No reason actually, no reason anymore. Of course, they said no, because I was young. I think 10 or 10, something like that. And like in Bhutan, every district has a big castle, like even we say now a castle, dong, like a castle, using as an administration of the government, and half is owned by the monk. And there's a boat and some like around 50 to 100 monks living there. And then I asked my father that I want to go there. And I have how to say, I asked to some other friend also whom I know very well, and they want to help me to go there. And then I decided by myself to go there, and I give my old books, school books, to friends. Now I don't need these books anymore. and then there's one good teacher for me. He always likes me, and then he's called me and bring me again to the school, and he gave me new books and let me, because that monastery monk actually in that monastery also where I decided to go, which is in the castle, kind of castle, yeah, zone. I think it's actually not bad, but there's already one my how to say, uncle, like uncle. He has been there, and he has already how to say, give up the monk and come back to home. And he was saying that, no, you should not go there. It is very difficult, like that. And he stopped me to go there. Okay, then what to do? Then failed 2 times. And at the same time, I have one great uncle. A great uncle, I can say, like my grandmother's brother, and he's a good practitioner. I can say that. And he most of the time he do the chair practice. Is with drum, and he's always staying in the hermitage next to our home. We are neighbor hermitage, and he most of the time he do his practice is this drum and bell. Like I think sometimes we are doing as well. And like every like full moon or like a special day, then he will do the whole day prayers, and some practitioner, some villager who knows about how to play this and recite, they will join together, and they do every like twice in a month. One is on the full moon, and one is new moon, I can say. And then every time I will join with them in some visit and recite, and then I learned to do this drum, but drum is heavy, even though I tried, and then I pass. I know how to do since 10 years old, something like that, and I can recite together. And sometimes he will take me to the others' home to do a puja, because he is very good in prediction, prediction, and his after he make a mo, then his puja will always come to make a chair practice because he knows only chair practice. And then he will take me with him, because I know that like Dharmas, like in a ritual practice, we need to make some like dough and like Dharma. What to say in English? Dharma? Cake, yeah, Tibetan cake for the ritual cake. Yeah, ritual cake. And I know which time I have to throw out. So and also I can help him to make something and paint. And he likes me very much to take with him. And I will earn some money. But during that time, it's like not even 1 cent, very little. It's in 1980s. Yeah. And one time I remember that I was doing prayer, and this is other village, and then they saw that one small little boy is doing this drum and singing with him, and everyone is looking to me from the doors like, wow, one boy is there, like in the circus. So I went him with many times doing this because that practices will do most of the time in evening. So in the daytime I'll go to school, and then evening I will go with him. And uh, actually and after I think that year is in when in my age of 12, one Rinpoche, the Tibet Lama, came to Bhutan, and at the same time my grand uncle also went to receive some information from that Tibetan Lama, and that place is not nearby our monastery, my home. It is quite far, like we have to go by car like more than an hour, and have to walk like half day. We have to walk to there. And I heard that the Tibetan Lama is came there, and he has monastery in India. And nearby where they are giving the information, there is also one new monastery was opened by Dongsa Khense, this director of the cup, film of the cup. He has produced few movies. And I request to my father, that is the third time to request to my father that I want to become a monk. Then I think he was tired that I am asking too much to him. And then saying that if you can go by yourself to that place. And I said, okay, I'll go by myself. Then that year is between 11 and 12, I think. And then some of my relatives is going to see that Lama. And actually, I have two choices. One is to this Zongsar Kansas monastery to stay there, and another one is to with the Tibetan Lama. He's Nyingma Lama. He's a really great master. And my father thought that I cannot do by myself that one, to request to that Lama. But I just planned by myself to go there. But whole day I walk. I didn't take a car because it's not easy to get a car in Bhutan. So it takes near 1.5 days to get there, because 1 hour by car is 1 day walking. But I went with relative, and I have one uncle nearby that Dongsa Rinpoche's monastery, and I asked him to help me to request to that monastery, Zongsar's monastery. And he is actually he was very good. He was passed away, but he loved a lot to drink the alcohol. So in that case, it's no use to ask the request to him. So then I decided to go with that to that Lama place, and that Tibetan Lama, not Zongsa, because he's not going to help me to go there. Only he can go there to help. And actually, one is this side and one is this side. He's staying on this place. So then I went to the Tibetan Lama, and I met my this great uncle that always who were doing the church, and he was receiving teaching from him. And then I request to him that let me introduce me, that I want to become a monk. And then he agreed me, and he agrees with me, and then uh, he requests to be the Lama, and he agreed that I can come to his monastery. But it's very far from my place to that Sikkim. Is like 2 days by car. 3 days by car. So then, how to get there? Because he's not going directly to that place. But at the same time, from that village became many monks, many new monks, and they are also going to stay in that monastery. And he introduced some friends who are also going to his monastery in Sikkim, in India. And we make an appointment to go where we meet and how to go there. So then I was very happy that now finally I can move out from my home. Move out from my home, and then I went back home because to prepare I had to prepare, and I asked. My father has talked with other people that he thinks that I can never meet by myself. So that's why he says, yes, you can go. But I made it by myself. And when I come back to home, and he thinks that I didn't make, and now I fail and I cannot go outside. But I said, I told him that I did. Now I'm going very soon. And then he was very unhappy. And then after a few days, I went to Sikkim. Then that one is 1986. But when I look back to this kind of how to wish. So I think that maybe some normally in Buddhist we believe that there's some karmic connection or something like that. So I think that some aspiration prayer power is something there, because there's no reason that I don't know anything about Buddhism, because just we will say that of course we are Buddhism because my family is Buddhism, only that's it. I will not know anything else. So only want to just want to be a monk from. That is only the reason. There's no more reason. And then I reach in Sikkim in that monastery, but it was not easy to stay far away from home. After we left the home, then it's really missing the home. when in the home, feeling like to go out, but really missing. And we have to stay all together with other friends that we don't know each other. And during that time, that temple is also not that old and not that stable. How to say not? It's new and everything is new, and around more than 300 monks there, and you have to live there and to live together with 300 monks. And it was not easy, actually. It was not easy. And so during that time in that monastery, they have made 3 categories in like who are starting level, that just to study from the beginning, and the middle level that want to study some more, and the high level is just to that they can do puja and everything else. And how to say, unfortunately or fortunately, I cannot say, but at the same time they have one session to make a puja for the church at that place. And of course I have experienced since I was a child, and I went there together and I did together. So then they said that, oh, you will be the last level, so you don't have to go to the first one. And then I'm in the last level with a little boy. So then actually it's not that good actually, because no more time to study. But most of the time, this kind of ritual practice I learn by doing, not really how to say, staying just like not going to the class or something, just not study by going to class or something like that. Because morning we have to stand up like every 5 o'clock and follow after the bell. My life is follow after the bell, and sound is more or less similar everywhere wherever I go. Ding, ding. Nearly similar sound from my school bell. It's really amazing that wherever I go, I have to listen to the same bell. That is different. Somewhere around here is different. This round one, this by gong, ding 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 ding, this gong. And sometime, and during that time, actually I'm appreciate, because I decide by myself, and I have to follow what, of course, to stay in the monastery is not easy. There's no freedom. We have to take after the rules and regulation. Not, I think, not like army, but somehow. And sometimes one thing is, I remember that how I dream, because many people there, and we will not get enough food to eat actually sometimes, and we have to sleep with the hungry. And in the dream, in the dream, I can dream the home somewhere else, and then collecting the firewood to cook the food. That one I cannot remember, I forget in my life. So like this, I stayed there around 6 years in India. 6 years. Sikkim, yes, Sikkim. And in Sikkim, when I think back, there is nearly no place that where I didn't go for make a puja in that area. Like from sometime we have to go to the minister's house to make a puja, and sometime we have to sit on the hut or somewhere else, no place. So everywhere I went, because this like when we make puja, we have how to say, flute and horn and drum and this how to say, cymbals, so many things to do. And I can make everything that one, whole thing, and then they will choose me to go, because I can do any of them. And in this way, because we have to recite many times, all the time reciting, so most of ritual practices I learn on that way by doing, not to the class or something like that. So because during young time, it's easy to get in the mind, and even I don't have to look to the book. But meaning is I don't know what I'm reciting. But I like to, actually, after that I like to study more, because I found that just reciting, just knowing the reciting is not Dharma. First is, I think that if we know how to recite and how to do the puja, I think that that is enough for the Dharma. But nothing is changing in life. It's same as before. How are you? I'm same as before. Like that when you write a letter. I'm fine as same as before. Of course, I believe that just reciting and doing some ritual puja, even we don't know, there is some blessings. But nothing is changing. Nearly nothing is changing. And of course, during my stay there, I had many times times because sometimes get ill, no money in the pocket, and it's not easy life actually. Actually, during that time, it's not that easy life. Anyway, I appreciate there that we survive. Not and like I I didn't get any chance to go to class or something like that in that monastery, but I went with some teachers in the how to say I request by myself to teach some grammar or something like that in special class, I can say, like
You wanted to learn grammar?
yeah, I learned from some teachers,
Yeah.
but not like a class in the not following after the bell, just following after the time. And one day was, and one day is one old lama. He's like abbot, and every day is giving one teaching. But of course, we don't understand what he's teaching. But we just go there because we believe that even we don't know anything else, if we listen some sound, there is some blessing like that. Because he's teaching high things, and we are in that during that time child, and we don't understand. And also in the monastery, we have to work. We built many, like we are also like a daju here. We built many houses, and we have to carry some cement and rock and break the rock and everything we have to do by ourselves. But in Nepal, when I go to Nepal, I don't have to do anything more there. And mm, in the daytime you have to work, and like at the evening, like 3 o'clock, so there is some break, break, and he will give teaching, and everyone will go to the teachings. And actually, I am the lazy student, then always I will sit behind the one pillar. Or a big monk that I can hide. And that day, I was very tired and fallen sleepy. And some who are around by, they are very nutty, so they didn't wake me up. The teaching session is finished, everyone went out, and I was alone there. And that teacher was coming and waking me up. No problem, no problem. You have worked enough in the day. He was saying like that. I remember that one. Sometimes these friends, they didn't wake me up just for fun actually. They know that it's not good. So like this, and more regular prayer in during that monastery morning. At 5 o'clock, we have to wake up all together, and around 1.5 hours we have to pray together. And every like full moon, 3 months I can remember the three times in a month doing puja, whole day, and during that time you have to go together to make a puja practice. And every afternoon, like evening, is doing Dharma protectors prayer puja, beating with drum, lot of drum, dung 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 like that. So there is a daily routine like that, and that time is so many things to do. It depends what they are doing, and actually, I am quite happy to stay there. No need to not to change any more other monastery. But I was got sick. I think I was seriously sick during that time after last 6 years. And my one reason to change the monastery is I was upset after I got the sick, and actually I wish to learn some more. And I think I was unconscious. If I look back during that time, sick, I feel some light. That means I think nearly gone. Light only in the bed. I feel only light. That means I think really terrible sick. And somehow some friend bring me to the hospital, and I stay 2 weeks to the hospital. And then I changed a little bit mind, because during that time I was 18 years old. 18 years old. 12 to 6 is 18 years. I think so. And I always want to learn some more. Actually, I learned in that monastery also, like not like Shungchen, how to say. I didn't learn like high subject, but some like about 37 practice of Bodhisattva, and the Nagarjuna's letter, some grammar, and this kind of things I learned there, but not more than that. And I got sick, and nearly no one looked after me beside one of my friends, and one brother was also a monk during that time. He's not monk anymore now, and staying in room deck he was, and he looked after me, and Lama Tempe Gelsen, yeah, Lama Tempe Gelsen, Seattle, yeah, and my brother, and he's a roommate, and he is from quite good family, and he has money, and he helped me during my stay in the hospital. And after I became well, and many friends from my own monastery came to see me, and they brought a lot of biscuits to see how are you, like that. And during that time, I'm okay already, and I had a lot of biscuits, and I eat a lot and a lot, and now I don't like to see any more biscuits in my life. If I go to the supermarket, I don't look to the biscuit to buy. Enough from there. Then actually this before than that I have required, because before than that also I have planned to study more, and yeah. Since he was in room deck, he has planned to build a shader. He has a plan, and I request him. I went myself to him that I want to join with you, and he was saying, okay, but you have to wait. He was saying, because he's also not finished yet in studying there. He was studying there. Sanjay Nyempa Rinpoche and this Lama Tempa, they are classmates. And I wait, but at the same time, actually Lama Tempa is the nephew of Lama Phuntsok. His nephew. They are very close family. And there's another Lama called Lama Sonam Rabje. He was also studying there during that time. And they are saying that Lama Phuntsok is going to open one school, and if I want to go there, then he will make connection there, like that. So at the same time, I was sick, and I was a little bit sad. that I don't want to continue at that same monastery anymore. But there's no another reason, but only that I want to study more, and I even I was sick, then no one come to see me, and okay. then he that Lama Tempa and this Lama Sonarabji, I think they both are friends, and they make connection with Lama Punso. That is how I make a connection with Lama Punso. Otherwise, I'm from Bhutan and they are Nepal, so there's no way to make connection. And then I just left with one bag, nothing else. All the rest I just leave it there. That I just told them that I'm going to home for a few months. Of course, I lie. And then from Rumtek, one monk is going to Nepal, and I went with him. I went with him to Nepal, and that was 1992. And because I remember that at the same time His Holiness came to Turfu and enthronement that year. Before then, that also, it was really sometime, I think by seeing some Lama is also making connection. I really feel like that, because before I come to how to say, I turn into the Karmakaju, I saw Jamgon Kongtru, Tat Jamgon Kongtru in one market, and he's going there, and I just look for a while because he's just standing and talking. I think that just looking by that way is make some connection, because as she has mentioned about my Dharma works, that is inputting text and also study about the text. I work more text than others of the past Jamgon Kongtru, because past Jamgon Kongtru is a lot of text to study, lot of text. And I think that maybe the connection making is by that one, or like at my home in Bhutan is nearly everyone know about Karmapa, and we had one photo in our home. Maybe some photo is making connection. Because I'm just thinking back that how it make connection, because it is not like something without connection. And then I came to Nepal in 1992, and of course I don't have anything, only one small backpack, and also yeah. And as soon as I arrived there, there's one Lama. Now he's staying in Hong Kong. His name is called Lama Sonam. He's much older. I think he's now in 70s or something like that. But he became my good friend there during that. He gave me one cup of tea. Wow, that tea was how to say, I will not forget in my life. It's really, how to say, tasty. Tasty. And that lecturing is just start. I think Lama Punso, he has started the lecturing school in 1990 on the request, how to say, on the order of past That Jamgon Kongtru, actually. Actually, That Jamgon Kongtru, he has promised to help everything for lecturing, but unfortunately, he was passed away, so Lama Punso has to work by himself. And during that time, I think I think my arriving there in Nepal is like kind of the Tibetan calendar. I think nearby Losar or something like that. I cannot exactly remember. And during that time, many other monks are very young. Of course, some are in my age, and some are very young, little. And I have to start from beginning there, and some teachers, and during that time in Losar, we are making some celebration of the Losar, and during that time, for Tendril, how to say in Tendril? Special connection. Actually, I'm new, but and they give me one seat, and I like everything in order, like some other lamas. They make some special cups and this how to say this fried rice with this desi lairo, desi. Tibetan they make one rice cup of rice on for yes, and the tea with nice cup. They even arrange for me also. I think that is to do this kind of thing is good connection. I think I really feel that means some special connection auspicious general sangbo. Yeah. So from that since now I'm there 1992 to until now, and I'm thinking that even father and son cannot stay together that long. And because it was just starting start the school, and during that time is around 30 months in lecturing, 30 months including me. And Lama Phunzo, if I look back, he really worked hard to build up the school, because we don't have regular teachers. He himself has busy. Of course, he has to feed us. More than 30 months stomach fill up. He has to, and he hired many teachers because it is not easy to get the teacher in the monastery, because of there's two reasons. That one is in Kamakaju during that time is not many school, only Rumtek, and I think Sheda is only at Rumtek during that time in 1990s. And Sherabling, the seat of Siddha Rinpoche, is also just started Shedra, so it's very few teachers. So then he arranged from many other schools, from Gelug or Nyingma, like that, and then like few months regular teaching every day, and few months not teaching. But we have to follow the schedule as like that, and slowly how to say the monks actually became more and more, because many other families also, I think they were I saw that most of them are in the monastery, most of them are forced fire family, I can say. So some are, they come by themselves. So then I just stay there until now. And during that time is like in the starting is okay, because we don't need that much book, because to study like grammar and Tibetan grammar, of course, Tibetan grammar, and some small subject. It's not that difficult to get the text. And after a few years, when the grammars and to learn Tibetan, some letters are the best of to study. And after that, after a few years, like I think 3 or 4 years, then we start to like a Shedra. Then we start to learn more about this Indian master text and the commentary by Tibetan Lamas, of course. And during that time is, of course, we don't have money, and it's not easy to get the text. And only one text, I think, in lecturing, and everyone have to make a photocopy. And photocopy, the book size is longer and cannot put in the A4 size, and it costs more. Then, since that time, I have some vision that I must do something with this kind of things, that because not only for studying the puja, not the text only for the study, but for the puja also, I always see that only photocopies, because during 16 Karmapa, he did some wooden block print from Rumtek, and some, of course, he printed out in Delhi, but everything is in Rumtek. And block print is one by one, and no one can go to Rumtek, Sikkim, to get that books, and we always have photocopy. So I thought that during that time that I must do something, and I make some idea. So then I think like every year we change. Even we are not perfect in studying or something like that. Every year we change, like level by level, like other Shedras, like Jungchen, passes like Sema, like about anyway. The main subject in the Buddhist school there are five main subjects. One is about emptiness, talking about emptiness, middle way. That is the main one subject, need to study 1 year course. And one is about the rule and regulation of the monk, Tula, Vinaya. Vinaya is I hate. I don't know. Always saying you shouldn't do this one, not to do. And it's a long test, very big test. And some word cannot understand because talking about many 100 years back in India, that we have to follow there. And one is about Pramana, Vartakarika, this Sema. Sema is more about logic, I can say, Lord Shepa, Sema. But I found that Sema is really good to learn, to know more about Dharma, because like for me, in my experience, before to learn that one, we have to learn this Lorik and Tagrik. I think you know this. When I was in Sikkim, I never learned that one. I learned about grammar a little bit, but not about debate or something like that. But after I start the debate, I'm not a good student for debate. Actually, I hate to clap the hand, and because from 8 to 10 evening, sleeping time, resting time, we have to go out and clap. But we will cheat by ourselves or to teacher, I don't know. Normally we will talk nonsense thing, and when teacher come by, then we will use some nice word that we are really making. just how to say, just to get not only always debate, but just to get the key from the way how to use this logic and tagric is really helping to get the meaning from the sutras and tantras. That one is, I really feel open to how to say, get more interest to the Dharma text after that. Before is just reading and not really understanding. But most of the philosophy texts, I can say like that, the Jungchen, these all are with this logic, Rigpa, and of course grammar is always there. These two, grammar, and if we have good understanding the way of this thema, then I think just reading by ourselves the text, we can understand what that is really saying. That one really helped me to understand more than before. And that is 3. And 1 is about the Momba. I forgot my name in Sanskrit. Abhidharma Kosh. Abhidharma Kosha. Abhidharma Kosha. In Abhidharma Kosha, then you will say that the world is flat. And now we discover the world is globe. So whatever, most of the things will explain that how in that text is, I think more or less that Abhidharma Kosh is following by how to say, Sutrayana, Theravadas, the same. I think there's more or less same everything there. But when I talk in like Thailand or something like that, they never study about Chechen, Prajna Paramita, and Madhyamika. They never. They somehow they talk a little bit from that, but not really. But Vinaya, Abhidharma Kosha is same. But Pramana is, I think, some special in the middle way. So because this is just to help to get the understanding these kind of things. So we have to in the Shedra, we have to mainly the main subject, these 5 we have to study. So year by year we just go ahead like and then we finish these 5 studying in lecturing, because our Lama Phuntsok, he really never give up to continue, because I think during that time we only 13 or 14 months in our classmate, and of course this school is new and he's trying his best, and what I don't like is changing the rule. He's changing always the rule and it's making and then after I finished, then I request to him that maybe we must change something for our institute, because I try which I don't like during my study. So I want to, how to say, take it out everything. Revolution. It's called revolution like that.
Yeah, we need to transform everything.
And there's one secret story. Maybe I will just tell here, because not really secret story actually, because everyone thinks that something goes wrong in lecturing, and because before we stay in one monastery, and during that time there is of course the main is Lama Phuntsok, and another Lama is called Lama Gyaltsen. He is Lama Phuntsok, normally he travel all over the world and collect some money to feed us and give it to this Lama Gyaltsen, and he's taking care in the monastery. One is outside the monastery. And at the same time, at the moment is we split into two. So everyone was thinking that Lama Phuntsok and Lama Gyaltsen, they fight and make into two. But it is not like that actually. It's not like that. Lama Phuntsok, he is really good in ritual practice. He knows to paint tanka. Of course, he now he is knowing him by as a stupa lama now, because he built many stupas in the world, many stupas. And my traveling also start by the stupa in Germany in 2004, 5, because they invite me to work for prepare. It's quite big. It's I think 7 or 8 meters high. No, 12. I think 12.
There's one in
No, in Kamalashila.
Kamashin.
And like every detail he knows about this practice to make a ritual practice, and he has a really good voice for chanting master. But he didn't give that interest to how to say teach to the monks, because just doing ritual practice is I think is how to say, it's not good for the young monk in this new generation. And he want to give some education that to know the meaning that what are they really they're doing. And he is really interested to give the teaching, how to say, to study, more study, not doing the chanting. But another Lama is opposite way. He loved very much to do chanting. Chanting ritual and beating the drum, and he loved this kind of things. And in that way, it's not easy for the monks actually. One is pushing us to study, and one is pushing us to do prayer, pujas at the same time. It's not easy. And then I request to Lama Phuntsok that for study, if he goes like that, it will be not easy for the young monk. They cannot handle both in one shoulder to do whole things for the ritual practice, like every time, and to study another way, like a Shedra. Both is a little bit difficult for them. Otherwise, one day they will not get both. So then I request to Lama that maybe how about if we make we make into two groups, like one just to study, and who are not interested to study, just let them do practice. How to say, just do the ritual practice. Actually, just to do ritual practice is not that difficult, because of course we need interest and to a lot of patience to sit there all day with butter tea. During that time, I did many chanting master, omze, and actually, Lama Phuntsok is not easy Lama. He's called me a lot. Lama shout to me, but I always, and like long Mahakala Puja is a one Dharma protector, and we have to do every this annually puja, like takes a whole day, and there is 7 sessions, and each session is like 1.5 hours, and we have 3 times chance to drink 3 cups of tea. Butter tea. Yeah. And what secret thing is, I am the chanting master, so everyone have to follow after me. So then to drink slowly, sometimes I drink, because I'm in pressure, I think. When I drink, I don't know how I'm drinking. Then he will scold me. What are you doing? Are you chewing the bones? Quick. And then sometimes he will scold me that. Why you are so hurry? Why you are drinking fast? So actually, I don't know what I really have to do. And one day was so funny that before we drink the tea, then we have to offer. But in the West and the Dharma Center is easy because we make every same offering, like Donba Lame, Sangye Rinpoche, something like that. But in the monastery, in every session we have to change. So if I make the same things, then he will scold me. Then I'm chanting master and I start, oh, because chanting master have to do that. Everyone have to make attention. Oh. Nothing is coming in my mouth. Oh, then one breath is finished, and I have to continue another. Everyone laugh. So I did many years this chanting master because I'm the older. Because I learned about this ritual practice in India actually. Because this is just to make something move here and there, not that different. So chant and do some mudra or something like that. And then time is running out.
No lunch.
Lunch.
We have to go and get the lunch. Make the lunch.
Oh, we have to eat lunch. And then now, like in 2001 or 2, I think, I exactly don't remember the date here. So then we make 2 groups. That one is only doing the pujas, prayers. Of course, we also have to do actually, but not all day like that. Most of the time, we just go to the class because from that time is I already start to teach since 2001, and we stay at the same time same monastery with these 2 groups, but it is not comfortable because like in the monastery, some sponsor will come to offer for puja, whole day puja. And after puja, they will offer some little money, I can say. If it's not that little, actually, like whole day will be during that time is like not even £1 actually, if you convert into Nepalese rupees. And whole day they are doing the puja, and when we get that money together, it's not that comfortable. And also numbers of the monks grown up, and then everything is not that easy. So then Lama Phuntsok has planned to build in another place to Shedra, just for studying. And then he looked after many land to buy and purchase. So finally he found that next to our old monastery there. And then with small money, during that time is we don't have really money because all the monastery, I think like some other monastery or something like that, they all have budget and they have to make a planning then what to build, but we don't have like this. We just bought the land and put some bricks there to build, and then he went to beg somewhere else for the help for donation. And then within I think one year we finished one block, and then after we finished that one, then we moved to that building where we are now, and then is who decide to study. All of them come up in our new place, and who are just to do some just like ritual practice. They stay down there. And after 1 year, I think 1 year, so actually we split into two. Is like that. There's no any conflict actually, but every people think that there's conflict, but there's no conflict actually. We just move like that. And later on, I think there some reason I don't know. So like in our old place, they have changed the name into like something Ling, and our Sheda's name is Leksheling. Actually, Leksheling is the first school name of the Karmakaju. I think in this 7th Karmapa's time in Tibet. So after they change the name of the school, my old monastery, then there's our connection is became longer. My distance become distance because I think it's not easy for them also because they are down. So like this happen into two is like that. Yeah, actually nothing is there. And after since 1999, I start to do some computer works, learn how to do computers. During that time is first time is DOS prompt, isn't it? DOS prompt computer. DOS prompt. I did only short time. That one is really complicated, and sometime and we have to wait and and slowly since that time I start to work with these computers. Now it's more than 10 years. And then few years is really difficulties because we are new in the Shedra. Lama Phunso went to other country, and there are like 70 or 80 monks during that time, and Shedra is studying with us because until we finish the studies, Lama Phunso hired the teacher from outside. And after we finish the teachings, studies, then like our classmate, of course, not all of classmates become teacher, but a few of us became teacher. And then after that, we don't have Lamala don't have to hire the teachers from outside. And then we are teachers then. So when we shift to the new place, then Lama Phunso again he has to go to the abroad to collect some money to feed us, as same as before. So during that, since that time, I am the oldest. I can say by age or everything, I am the oldest one on that place. So I have to take care for all of the monks. So actually, Of course, I finished the studies and I do my job, what I have to do. And then people start to tell me, vice principal then, because in the institute is we need some principal, yeah. So like until 2009, 10, I think I teach there. I teach like 7 or 8 years there at the same time, my same place. And at the same time, I work with inputting the text. And during that time is many students there with no more internet. During that time is no more internet. So monks, all the monks have more time to do with this correction and everything. And also students always don't have money. So who offer me money, some like to me. So then I share with them who are working on the text. So they're happy, and that way I did a lot of work during that time. But now it is not easy because all the monks grown up, they are busy, and I'm so busy with internet. So when I look back, I think that I really start in the good time. Otherwise, I cannot finish my work. Maybe my website name is dharmadownload.net. Who are following after the Kaju, Karma Kaju, and the Nyingma is quite useful site. Became useful site because whatever they need for study or practice, maybe 95% they will get the text from there to download. And I made into 4 different kind of formats that they don't have to headache. So because actually everything is one, just to convert, but some people don't know how to convert. So then for easy way is a PDF that they can open in every computer, and some like a Word file that they can change everything. And even I put the original file that which I have with me, because at the beginning is I put like people can read but cannot copy. I make like that because I'm a little bit greedy. And one time while I was traveling somewhere, and on the way I was thinking that, wow, if I die on this car, who will open? Then it's useless. If I die, then my hard work is finished. Then, then after that, I just keep open as like what is in my computer that everyone can copy and edit. And so many people already have published copying from that download. They think that I have a copyright or something like that, and they are writing an email to me that shall I copy from you and publish? Of course, I'm happy for that. So if we count the volumes, it's a lot. I think it is up to 500 volumes. I think all together will be up to 500 volumes now. Anyway, Tibetan, in the Tibetan words, there's quite more available to download and use. And I put in free. So when I put in free, some people are thinking that that is not really valuable, but it is. If I count in money, how much I spend is a lot actually. It is a few hundred thousand, a few thousand of pound. I think no more. I think more. Like I can say like 50. I think I can say around 50. I spend. It's it's quite big actually. Yeah. But when we keep in free, then people doesn't know that. But
Yeah.
who know about the text,
Yeah.
then they really appreciate, because they know that that is not easy to do that work, and they really appreciate that one. But I think slowly, you know, like in the status, I can see that most of the user is from China, means like Tibet. They are really using. They didn't block my website because I didn't put any kinds of politics, just the Dharma. So uh, like I can say that my part of work is mainly did one this download page website, and one is teaching in the monastery. I of course I cannot teach whole life there. Teacher life is horrible actually. I prefer to become a cook. Especially some how to say student that doesn't want to listen after me, and it's not easy. Uh, but I really use my patient practice with the student. Otherwise, it will not work out. Uh, if I show them as what they show me action, then I think there will be a big obstacle for both of us. So I think patient practice is, I really think that it is very useful, patient. Otherwise, it's hard to run, very hard. Like when we travel to the other country, and when we use these robe monks and walking like a very tame person, people thinking that we are like a Buddha or something, like already something achieved. But we are not like that. All the monks are not like that. I think some monks there, but they change the dress, but inside is same as all of what you have. Easily to get angry. Of course, attachment. It only depends on cause and condition. So it's not easy, but I really found that to stay with them for a long time, if the patient practice really working, and some even one is I really amazed. I really amazed with one monk who is not really, how to say, not easy monk. I was going to check the room in their room during the study period, and he has locked the door because it's not. They are not allowed to lock the door from inside. They must keep open, because when we go to check, we will know that what are they doing. But that monk is really enjoying. He has locked the door, putting earphone in the eye, maybe not hearing the knocking the door, and relaxing like I relaxed last yesterday on the top of the mountain. And I knocked the door, and it's not opening, but somehow he opened, and then I just tell something that not to do like that. But suddenly he became very angry and showing something strange face to me. Of course. But my friend, one of my friends is not easy man. His name is Patient in Tibetan, Sopa. But he cannot make patient at all. He can beat monk very easily. But I didn't let him to do and everything. And when we come out to go back, then that monk is shutting a door like he's getting very boom like that, and bang the door. But I didn't do anything, just let it go now. It's not nice like that. Then after I check other room and then went to room, and after a while, it's again knocking the door, my door, tok, 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 like that. It's at night actually, around 9 o'clock. And I open the door. That is he, who was getting really angry to me. And then he is coming with one scarf. Sorry, I did a mistake. And he is even crying. I cannot believe that. Actually, I didn't do anything to him. I didn't tell anything. Just look and then come back. So I really think that passion is sometimes really working that than others. Otherwise, if I make some like something to there, then he will be also have problem according to the rule and regulation. It's not good at all for him. For me, it's okay. But I really think that patient sometimes, not all the time patient, but in some point, if we can use our passion, I think it will really work. Otherwise, like in Buddhism, like one Shantideva, I think he said that even we have a collect accumulation for a long time ago. If we get angry, we'll make something destroy like that. It's a little bit horrible word from that teaching. But when I think carefully, I think some kind of it is true. Because just think about our family or a good friend, like long time, like many years, we stay together, friendly, closely, hugging very closely. But just losing from small passion, they have to separate, isn't it? Separate. I think only is missing the passion during that time for small point. Or like sometimes I'm thinking that like a nice pot or something like that is to make that one will take long time to build up. But how to say? Some people when get that angry, they break it down. But who has effort for a long time is breaking at once, isn't it? So I sometimes it's really I think that not really destroying what we have accumulated the merits, but how to say somehow how to say to get some fruition, debu, want to I think making obstacle for that. So in that case, I think impatient.
Brings obstacles.
So I think passion is the good practice. One thing, whether you believe or not, passion and impermanence. Like I keep all open side. Dharma download open side is answered by impermanence. If I didn't think about impermanence, so maybe people can only read, but they cannot copy and they cannot do anything else. But when I think about impermanence, it's useless. If I die or something happen or broken my hand, then it's not easy. And also I'm, of course, when we live together, we all are trying, we all want to stay harmony, isn't it? No one to want to conflict or something like that. But the thought of the impermanent is also, I think, really helping to stay harmony. Because like maybe I will make one short example. Maybe if she listen, I think it's not nice. Anyway, it was last few months ago. I was in Taiwan. I was in Taiwan, and there is one lady in the center, and she's working there. Actually, she's doing her best to us to clean and everything, but she's doing very slowly, and she's staying sometime up to 12 o'clock. That I have to sleep at 10 o'clock. So then, when she disturbed my sleep, then I want to say something, you know, to tell. But I know that I'm not going to stay a longer time because like 2 weeks or 3 weeks only left. So then I'm thinking that I am leaving after 3 weeks. So why I have to make her unhappy? So just let it go, whatever she likes to do. Actually, she's doing her best, actually. Only it's disturbing to me. So when I think that I'm not staying here long time, so I have to go. So during when we stay together, just stay with showing nice face. So I really shortly example, and one is little bit long time ago. I was in Belgium. They shortly invite me because of stupa, that is also because I prepare everything for stupa. Normally I prepare everything for stupa wherever our Chochen Lama goes there, because now he is quite old and is not able to prepare especially this live tree, because hand is shaking somehow, and yes. And so we have to become small carpenter on it. And at the same time, one group came to see me because they are Mongolian, and Mongolian, they are Buddhist and they believe to the lamas. But of course, I don't have any power. I don't have myself power to relieve the pain from my knees or my feet. How I can relieve to the others? But anyhow, they just come to see me, and it was not nice story, because one lady was got cancer, and doctor told that she will live only few weeks, I think, few weeks or few days, I don't know. And but she doesn't know that one, because all of the friends didn't tell her. And all of the friends trying to keep her happy, because all of the friends know that she's passing very soon. So I think that, of course, we all don't know when we are passing actually, but we think we will live long actually. I think I always wish that I will live long, not thinking about impermanence. But we know that we are really going one day. If we think, if we make a practice every day, daily practice, I think we will try to make some, how to say, harmony. Because like that lady, everyone is trying to keep her happy, because they know that she's passing away very soon. But we also, if we think about impermanence, I think we will just try to stay in harmony. I really think so. But most of the time we are forgetting everything about that one, and somehow it's happening like that. So where's my story actually now? This is okay. Cool. Let's go back to the school now. Oh, patient come from the patient and the impermanence. Impermanence is, I think, like somebody is asking to me that what kind of Dharma is helping to you? What kind of most helping to you? Like, of course, we are also talking of the middle way, emptiness, something like that. And then they need some result that this Dharma is really helping like that. But of course, I study about the emptiness and anything, every nice topics. But in my experiences, this impermanence is really, I feel that it's really helping for my daily life and everything else. Actually, a few years ago, it's like 7 or 8 years ago, to stay in the monastery is also not easy to need to use a lot of patience with the students, and I was thinking that maybe I must go to make one small hut in my village and stay there as a hermitage. And I've made plan this kind of things because at home in my village there's very nice place belong to us, and then can see the Himalayan mountain, very good view, and I was planning there in my mind. But one of our neighbor, there's only two couple, one couple, they don't have children, and they built a new house, very beautiful house, and after they complete the house, husband died. He didn't even get one night to sleep there in a big house. So then I changed my mind after that. Just let's go whatever. So don't think about like that. So I think if you don't think about impermanence, it is somehow like for me now. I am in the monk for more than 20 years, 22, 6, I think 6, 7, 8, 28 years. Sometimes I'm feeling shy. I tell that I was monk 28 years old, because even Buddha, I'm saying that even Buddha, he meditated only 6 years, and I imagine there. But I was in monk for 28 years and nothing is going on. Lazy monk, doesn't it? So if time to time, if I don't think about impermanence, maybe I will also change my life to do some other things. But when I think about impermanence, then I think that it's really good to go in like what I am. So it's really helping for me, it's really helping, but for others, how it will be, I don't know. So like this, so in the monastery, so I'll go back to monastery now, my school, our school. And in 2005, this in Germany, they start to build a stupa in 2005, and they invite me to work on that. And actually, for the small stupa, there's 2 mandala, but mandala was making on the stone or something like in the copper for the small, but for big, if we can, we have to paint. So I just came to paint the mandala. Big mandala is 4 foot by 4 feet square meter. 1 meter, 1 square meter. Like I paint 2 mandala, and that is my. Actually, I learned to paint also when I was young, but I didn't paint properly. But I started to paint that mandala, and I was thinking that within 3 months, it's too much time to prepare 1 life tree and 2 mandala, and I was doing slowly, taking my time. But when the time is really going to finish, so then I have to look to my brush, then it is very tiny, and I cannot finish. It's too much work. Then I think it's, painting the mandala is, I think, kind of meditation, because concentrate a lot and stay for there long, many hours. Then after that, I decided I will not paint again.
photographic,
Yes.
so you can use it for
So
the next one.
and for next one is I made better one in the computer. So this test is using with computer one. And because I teach because in the winter, like in the winter is like other school, like winter vacation. We also make in the new rule that winter vacation, that monks can go to their home or somewhere else within 1 month. And before vacation, and there's celebration of the Happy New Year, or some like going to the India for Kajumolam. So like up and down, around 2.5 months we have holiday in a year. Actually, only 1 month is holiday, but before and after, then I have not much work. So during that time, I visit in the Europe. Nearly from 2005, every winter I came to Germany, and then by that they call me that Winter Lama. Winter Lama. Then one group of studies, how to say, two classes. Of course, there's so many classes, but two classes. Of course, I cannot teach all the time. It's not easy. So I decide by myself that until these two classes finish, I will never give up. I did. So then I finished that two batch of this student. They graduated from us with my colleagues, some few friends, teachers. And then after that, slowly I try to give the work to other trained to become a teachers. Otherwise, if I have to teach all the time, then I cannot move out from there. So slowly I give it the work to them, and now I don't have to work that much as like before. So, so I think when we built a stupa a few years ago, yeah, few years ago. This life tree was really grown up in the top of the mountain in Yolmo, above. Yes, that one. But I request again to get like same as that one, but they cannot do because it's to bring from Kathmandu to their place to Kathmandu is not easy by the forestry. So that is my short what to say, short story of life story.
Stories from your life.
But maybe go back to my young life. That monk is again is still in my eye. That how he is walking through, and I can smell very good. But from our body is not smelling anymore. In that case, I really think that the aspiration of power of the aspiration is really there. So. Aspiration prayer, do some aspiration prayer, yeah?
They're important.
Oh, you have written a lot.
Otherwise I forget everything. Complete.
So nothing is special in my story, but my life is like until this point like that. And I was, how to say, I'm not making that big plan anymore actually. Just let go what is coming on, because somehow making a big plan and never coming on, and it's a little bit tiring. And this as she told this earlier, that my school project in Bhutan, actually that is not my idea, but my Lama Punzo, he's keep telling me to do something in Bhutan. Actually, there is a lot of monasteries and temples, and I really don't have to build a temple there. There's a lot of temple, and some temple need a lot of work to repair. So if I build, my plan is not to build the temple or something like that. It's nearly same as like what we are going in Nepal. I want to build like that. School is, and the reason of why he is telling to me time to time is. The king of the Bhutan, and Bhutanese are very, how to say, devoted to the 16th Karmapa. 16th Karmapa. And the 16th Karmapa is the root guru of the third king of Bhutan. And Bhutanese did a lot for His Holiness Karmapa also. So then he is very, how to say, grateful. Saying grateful like that. And Lama Phunso, now we call Choje Lama Phunso, is new title. He knows very well about Karmapa, 16 Karmapa. Of course, he's the disciple of 16 Karmapa. And time to time, he was saying that 16 Karmapa has an aim to make a school in Bhutan during his time. But the time, politics, this and that, couldn't come out. And now I'm a Bhutanese as his student. And as I'm a Bhutanese, I have a right that I can do what other Bhutanese people can do in Bhutan. So then he was keep telling to me that maybe you must do, how to say, you must do some work as Karmapa's wishes. Like that.
You must
carry out wishes. So I think before this I did 1 year I didn't reply anything. I was just shut up. And again next year when I go to Bhutan, he was keep same thing he was saying. But if other lamas, he's not Bhutanese. He's Chonje Lama Phunso is not Bhutanese. And if some other lama, maybe in my understanding, they will try to keep me in same place, not to go out from their monastery. But he is trying to make more things that my own country. So then I answer, in future, if I don't do anything else, as he said, then I was also thinking that I will feel shy a little bit by myself. As I'm not thinking about my own country, and even he is thinking about my country. And when I think about to build it, of course, I bought the land only. I didn't put even one bricks on that. It's only on my plan. Of course, I will go on ahead. When I think about to build a school by myself in Bhutan, then after that, I really appreciate what he has done for many years. Wow, it's not easy to take care. We have to think even spoon in the kitchen. It's big responsible, I can say. Responsibility. Yeah. And I think that if after I start that things, then it is not that much. I will not that much get a time to relax like on the top of that mountain. Because to build up the temple or monastery, not that difficult, because of a lot of supporters from many countries who are devoted to the Buddhists, so they can sponsor. And we can buy the bricks, cement, and steel, and then some worker will put it all in, and then it will come up. But to keep run the monks is not easy for a long time. We cannot say that today is holiday, so I will not give you food. Every day, like in Bhutan or Nepal or India, like most of the monastery, the food, and even they get sick. So monasteries to take care after them, because when they come to temple, like they are also just like me, they are coming with one backpack. And these days some monks are coming with short, not even backpack. So we have to do everything for, like in lecturing, when I after I graduated, I can say like some graduated from lecturing, and first I start one small committee as a welfare committee, lecturing welfare committee, that can look after the sick people, and we have good taking care after the sick monk, because the reason why I come from other monastery to move to other monastery is when I was sick, no one looked after me, and then if we don't look after our monks, maybe they will also make a plan like me. So then in that case, I started that project, small project, and a few years I ran for that. But there's one special rule for me. If they broken the hand or leg by playing the football, then I'm not going to take care. And then after few months ago, after that, one monk is coming like this, but he didn't tell me for any help. So then he was saying, what happened? Broken the hand. Then who did the treatment? My home. Why? I broken when I was playing the football. That's why I didn't come to you. Oh, like in monasteries, they are crazy with this football. So now in our monastery, we even make a ground to make a football that they don't have to go outside. So like in Friday and Saturday, it's like here Saturday and Sunday. These 2 days is very horrible day for me. That it is very noisy, because all the children coming in their crowd and shouting a lot. So my Bhutan plan, I'm going to run very soon, but I'm just waiting for some land issue there. After that, I'm thinking to start. So to run the monks is not really easy in the monastery. So because every monks, when they are a child, it's okay, easy, very easy. Even we give one sweet, they will very happy. But when they grew up, then they have their own idea what they have to do. And when they grew up, some monks give up the monk, and then they go away. But even they go away, I don't feel any bad or something like that, because they don't forget what they learn in monastery. During their stay in monastery, they think that maybe outside world from the monastery is very comfortable and very enjoyable, and maybe some monks thinking like that and going out. But of course, outside is not that what they think. And then when I think when they met the suffering that what has explained in the books, and then they really get more trust, I think, to the Dharma. And somehow I met some friend that who give up the monk, like in the monastery. So we always have to follow after the gong, ding, 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 to go to the wake up is ding, 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 to go to the prayer is ding, 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 and some monks will come late. It's not even wake up. But after some who give up the monk, they are really doing daily practice. No one is ringing the gong, just morning, waking up early morning and doing some prayer, what they did before in the monastery and going to work. And when I see these kind of things, and somehow some little bit different action, that because of course they cannot follow whole what the Buddha says, but somehow they don't forget about Buddha's advice. So in that case, even they give up the monk, I don't any regret or something like that. So this life is like that, just like a dream. So we must go ahead. So like when I look back to Lama Phuntsok, Choja Lama Phuntsok, he started school in his age 38 or 40, I think, 40. And now I am 38, I think he started. Now I am turning into 40 or past already 40, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know how old I am. I have to count, look the calendar and minus. And I found that if we really want to build a school project, something like that, of course we don't know how long we will live, but at least I have to think around 20 years to work there, because some another monks will grow up and take care after that. So a few years is, I think it will not work at all. So like Lama Phuntsok, he started at the right time in his age. But after 60s, like a Westerner, after 60s also looking very young. But like we Eastern people, like especially who stay in the monastery, after 60s is not that easy, because body complain a lot. Because most of the time, like food and everything is getting from the monastery, and I think body really depends on the food, and not that healthy. I can found like we stay in the monastery, because getting good food like as Western people eating good food. So after 60s, if we start from the 60s, then it's too late. I think in the West is, no, in the East is. So I'm thinking that I must start very soon, so that I can work when I have energy. So that is my coming plan, and it's like that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for all of your patience that listening my story. Kind of how to say story or what? Okay.
People want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Anybody have a question?
No question.
I have a question. I noticed you never mentioned learning meditation.
Meditation. Actually, in English, what is really meditation?
Good question. It's a very good question. In modern English, these days, it means learning to sit still and calm your mind. But actually, it's not the old use of the word meditation. Was more like reflecting on
Actually,
God or something.
Tibetan say gom, and they translate into meditation. But when some people say about meditation, I also get some confused. Is really right translation or not?
No. No, it's not really the same as gom.
And in Tibetan, sometimes we use it as a gomshi. It's like maybe gomshi is just like a clear, no, gomshi.
Nature?
No.
No.
Character?
No.
Character, I think. Character.
Right.
Gomshi, that is.
Right.
Gomshi. That is gomshi, like gomshi. And gom is, gomshi is whatever what we have. Character? Sometimes it's easily to get angry. It's also character, isn't it?
Yes, character,
Yeah, personality, okay. Yeah. Gomshi, this is called gomshi. And gom is meditation, which no, which translate into meditation. In Tibetan, the Gom means some teaching, some Buddha's teaching or master teaching. We listen that what we have to do, and trying to put that one into our Gomshi character, to turn that character. Actually, that is called Gom actually. But when I say directly to the meditation, maybe silent meditation, that is right translation or not?
No. I think in the past it was, but it's not what people mean now.
The meditation in Tibetan is Sanskrit I don't know, but the meaning of that one is that one, because like in Buddhism, we all want to become like a Buddha. We have a Buddha nature. We can if we follow after his advice, we will also become like him. Like this, mainly we are talking like that, isn't it? So that is why we have to follow after him, his advice, and put it, meditate, or how to say, practice or something like that, Gom, to make character like him, Gomshi, kind of like this, Gom is. But my understanding is like that for Gom.
So maybe what people mean when they say meditation, they don't mean Gom, they mean more like Nyamsha.
Nyamsha,
Maybe that's what
something like that.
Yeah.
Like when I like how to say, like this Abhidharma Kosha or Vinaya, when I studied that one, like in India, I think there is no more study class like what we have right now, and like one monk will allow to have only one student, actually according to the rule of the monk in India. Maybe during after the pass away, they make some rule that what Buddha is spoken, they put in the word, and then that monk have to take care after this monk, little monk, as like a father, as like a son, to teach them. And of course there's no text, no books, no library, so he has to listen from him only, and meditate that Gom, because like normally saying that if that student is very angry, how to say, get a short temper, then let him to tame his short temper. That is Gom actually, to transform his short temper into the loving and kindness, like that. And who are very attached to the beautiful ladies or something like that, then midukpa gomba, or how to say midukpa? Disgusting, and just to meditate, just to think that all the bodies is disgusting, and to how to say, avoid the attachment, like that. So, but when I see the Tibetan in the Tibetan monastery, when they guide the student, I didn't found like this kind of this test, like really making this kind of giving an instruction, but like shamatha, shamatha meditation, like in like in Vinaya, shamatha meditation is same, like concentrating in one point, not moving to others, trying to keep in one point. But in Tibetan, they I think this is kind of method of the shamatha meditation, like reciting a lot, doing a chanting or this thing. Because if the practitioner, reciting practitioner, who really follow after this the word by word, thinking about the meaning of the word. So it is already becoming a shamatha meditation actually. But if we think about something like that, but already in the mind, like that. So I don't know it is becoming a shamatha meditation or not. I don't know. But like oral instruction, no. Like in monastery, we have to keep in our memory many texts. So every day, like 5 or 6 lines, we have to keep in our memory, and then we have to go to the teachers to give this one that I have in my memory, and teacher will look the books, and we have to recite like that. I think that is also one kind of shamatha meditation actually, because normally I take care of some few monks, and many monks come to give like this, and I really get bored. But I will pretend that I'm really following after what they're reading. But when they start to read. Of course, I will do some other work because they close their eye and keeping in mind. Like, so whatever I do, they will not see,
Right.
because they really concentrate on that. So that is already shamatha meditation. I think Tibetan Lama, they make a method of this kind of shamatha meditation. Because like I think in former time in Tibet, like I heard that in like a 3 years retreat or something like that, they are not doing some ritual practice, something like that, but doing shamatha meditation for many months. But somehow some lamas, it's not easy to do only shamatha meditation. So when they come out from the retreat, they are becoming very good in tankas or writing or something like that, because they cannot spend their time with meditation in the retreat. So after that, then like some master, they make them busy to make this kind of ritual texts that they have to follow after this. So I really think that meditation is like this in Tibetan's way. But these all things, all the texts which we are reciting or praying or something, anything, this is just one method to put our character into the nice character, to transform it. So whether we do any kind of Dharma practice, doesn't matter, like emptiness practice or Mahamudra or any kind of many good high name, doesn't matter. All the practice must change our character. Like the Dharma is, the work of the Dharma is only to change our character. If it cannot change our character, of course, in which way to change the character, yeah? We can change into the bad also, we can change into the good also, but we have to change in the good character, that like the meaning of the Buddha is how to say, release from the all suffering. Did I like that? I can say, yeah. So we all need to release from the suffering. It's the same. So to release from the suffering, we need to change the character. So all Dharma is to change our character, to release from the suffering. Actually, is if it is going beyond that, or some magic or something like that, something blah blah blah, I think it's I don't know. So I think that the meditation, the way how they show in the Tibetan monastery, is on that way, like not exactly like was done in many years ago. Maybe now in the West we can change meditation into the internet or something with mobile. Maybe it will be must. much faster if it is something meditation. Only less, of course, like during the practice, like ritual practice, especially during the reciting the mantra, that is the main during the meditation actually. These kind of things doing meditation. But when I when they translate like when say meditation, I sometimes I really don't get that. What is really mean meditation in the English?
I think people mean shine takton.
Shine.
Takton. I think they mean takton as well.
Lakton is the meaning of the lakton means see more. How does it discover more? Something like that. See lak lak바지 통하는 lak바 통하는. Actually, when we practice or with our experience, we can feel more experience than normal. Actually, that is lakton actually. Whatever we do, we can realize some more. That is lakton actually, but not the final version one.
Whenever we see more,
yeah. So trying to see more is shine. Kind of things. Trying to see
shine,
and
when you succeed,
in this lakton. So we can use in everything else, but not the final version. Any more questions? Oh, it's good that my time is past. Otherwise, I don't know what to say. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was very long. That was how long? 2.5 hours. This is very long.
Thank you very much for patience. All of you listen to me that how to say, I told that patient practice is very important. So at once telling all of you use it.
Change our character. We will become patient people. Thank you very much. That was there was a lot of hidden teaching in that.
Yes, some is really hidden because only myself will know that one. Hidden from everything. Of course, there's some more hidden. I told that which is really good only. Of course, I cannot share the bad things. Really hidden.
We don't want to know.
Okay.
Would like to join you. A19 would like to join.
Dedicate this punya to the enlightenment of all sentient beings. May all sentient beings realize complete and perfect awakening. May the heart's awareness awaken in the unawakened. Where it has begun to stir, may it never fade, and may it awaken fully.
Thank you very much.